Hey, so I wanted to make just a quick video giving my opinion on certain the different clone houses. It's not meant to bash any clone house, but I started this channel to provide valuable feedback to the community, and I believe I can only do that if I am honest, if I am uncensored, and so I'm sorry in advance if this ruffles any feathers or pisses anybody off. But I will end with this: that it is just my opinion. Take that for what it's worth. Um, but I believe in order to stay true to what I did and why I created this channel, I need to give this advice and I need to um, say what I have to say. So I just like to give overviews of all the clone houses, the popular clone houses, and what my opinions are on those. I'm going to start with Alexandria Fragrances, one of my favorite houses. The quality is unreal. Now, you can tell they put a ton of time into their fragrances. You can tell they put a lot of quality ingredients into the scents and the fragrances that they have coming out. The problem with that is, I guess, with the one downside, is they don't have as many new releases. Um, you know, say for instance a company like Dua who's dropping new releases every weekend. But there's something to be said about that. Again, the quality of their fragrances, I believe, is above um, most of the houses. You can just tell there's something special about them. The ingredients definitely seem like they're of a higher level. Shipping is okay, you know. It didn't take too long to get an order. Usually ships out within a few days, and then you get it, yeah, 3 days, 4 days after that, maybe within a week. It's not bad. Shipping costs, I think it's like $5, $6. Not too bad. Customer service is good. I've never had an issue with that. Community is great. Um, they're all very good about giving feedback, responsive. All that's good. I'd say the pricing's a little on the higher side. They don't have as many sales as a lot of the other fragrance houses, and they are, well, slightly more expensive than some of the other offerings. They're more in line with Dua, and I would say they are most comparable to Dua, like Alexandria. Dua fragrances also seems to be of a higher quality than a lot of the other clone houses, but it is more expensive. Unlike Alexandria, they have sales all the time. Now, when you really think about it, though, a lot of their sales put them in line with Alexandria fragrances pricing as is normally, or with Alexandria 10% off is the code they always have on there. So they're basically the same price as Alexandria. Um, the benefit is, compared to Alexandria, again, they have releases every week. New releases every week. So they have a lot more to offer the community as far as options. But I will say, in my opinion, I think not always, but of the ones I've smelled from both houses, most of Alexandria's offerings smell slightly higher of quality. Alexandria's shipping is also faster than Dua. Dua, sometimes it takes a week to even ship your item. Once it's shipped, you could wait another week to get the item. So 2 weeks is not unusual for people in the United States to wait. Customer service is good. They're very responsive, especially Shams are very great. Very responsive on the Facebook group. So is Rick. They're both really good. So customer service is great as well. Shipping just takes longer, and again, I think the trade-off you get for all the new releases is that the quality seems slightly more rushed than Alexandria. It's close, very close. To me, it's just slightly lower, but there's no denying that it's good. Then you have a house like Genre. Um, Devin, who runs Genre. He's a great guy. Customer service is fantastic. Unfortunately, he also has another full-time job. So ordering is limited. Unlike Dua and Alexandria, where you can generally order whenever you want from their website, Genre you can only order about once a month. That window is open. Now, once you order, you get your item in ships within a couple of days, and you get it probably within 4 or 5 days from when you order. You'll have the item. Shipping's good. Customer service is great. The community of Genre is fantastic. Facebook page, everybody's there to help as well, just like Dua, just like Alexandria. Devin is very responsive. He's very helpful. Their fragrance offerings smell very good. They are very affordable as well. You're talking a 30 mil you can get for $25. 50 mils are about to be dropping for 45. You can get samples, 10 mils, I think 3 for $25. It's unreal. The scents are great. Performance is great. Projection is great. I will say most of them don't, with the exception of some like Peaceful Night, which is sent a piece for him. Most of them don't project and perform as well as some of our house like Dua, but they are in line with or better than the originals of what they are inspired by. And then you have a house again like Dapper. Dapper has quickly become one of my favorite houses all around. I'm talking package deal. Taking everything into consideration, all of the factors, they have risen highly. They don't smell one-to-one on a lot of the clones. But their customer service is insane. Travis is so invested in the community. He'll respond immediately. Shipping is next to none. He'll ship out the same day most of the time. You'll get it 2 days after you order it. I mean, it's crazy. The packaging is unreal. So much bubble wrap's used. I've never had a broken bottle. Whereas Dua, there's been a lot of concerns with shipping. We had a bunch of not a bunch, but there were broken bottles coming in. Of course, it seems like it's a lot more of us are posted on social media on the Facebook group, but they have addressed a lot of those issues. They've amped up their shipping as well, using bubble wrap and packing peanuts, and that's helped a lot. For what it's worth, I've never had a broken bottle from Dua. Alexandria shipping is great as well. They come in those boxes. They really can't break in those boxes. Hell, you could probably throw the box against the wall unless it opened. I don't think it would break the fragrance. But anyway, Dapper's cheap, very cheap, very affordable as well. That in line with they have a ton of offerings. They have new releases coming out weekly as well. The quality I would say isn't as good as Alexandria, isn't as good as Dua. But when you're taking everything into consideration, when you take it, you order it, you get a couple days later. Customer service is so good. Price is cheap. It's affordable, about half the price of a lot of Duas and Alexandrias. I mean, who's to complain? Performance, projection are great. Atomizers are great on the bottles, which kind of brings me to the next point: presentation. Presentation on Dapper, yeah, it's not the greatest. They're generic bottles. There you go. What they look like. Little label on there. But the atomizer works fantastic. The juice is fantastic. That's what really everybody cares about, right? I mean, here's a Dua bottle. Generic decant as well. It's got Adobe stock photo decal on it. Again, the atomizer's great though. The juice is great. Who gives a shit? Alexandria's bottles, presentation is better. I will say that. It looks classier. They're decant bottles, but they look nicer. Got a wooden cap. Got the really cool looking logo on the front. Genre, one of the best in the game. They got these cool rounded bottles. Really awesome looking logo. I wish I had one down here with me to show you. Too lazy to go get one. But they come in these cool velvet or leather pouches. I mean, Genre's presentation is awesome. So again, it is what it is. Like I said, all the clone houses have their own things they do really well. And I think the best all-around house as far as availability, being able to order, about the quality of the scent, the price of the scent, or the fragrance, the customer service, the shipping, everything into consideration, number one's Dapper. All around, Dapper, 100%. Now, quality of the juice, Alexandria and Dua. 100%. Presentation, Genre. best value for the money, not caring about shipping or availability and all that, genre. But again, the problem with genre is you have limited ordering windows and you don't have as many offerings, and shipping slightly longer than Dapper. That's why Dapper to me hinges out, and that's why it's my favorite house when I take everything into consideration. Again, favorite house for quality alone is Alexandria. Dua's closely behind, very closely behind. And sometimes Dua fragrances I prefer. It's kind of a toss up, but if I had to pick one, it would be Alexandria. I'm going to end this video by saying this. There's another house I told people I would review. 3 and 1. It's an Ohio-based company, brand new. I was super excited about it because I live in Ohio as well. And I think I ended a video saying, hopefully they don't let us down. I got an order in. I was going to do a haul review. And this is what's going to be controversial. Again, I'm not here to piss people off. That's not my goal, but I am here to be honest. And let's just say, when it stacked up against these houses, there's no comparison. 3 and 1. Well, it let me down. It really let me down. I don't know if any of you who saw my Leighton reviews, comparison Clone Wars, and I reviewed a house called House of Squirts, and I talked about how cheap they were and how they weren't great as far as performance projection go, but the scents were pretty good, and for the money, it was worth it. And 3 and 1 makes them look like they're a top tier house. 3 and 1 was so bad, in fact, that I immediately sold everything I had from them as soon as I got it. I didn't even wait to do a review. And the reason is, this was certainly a house that bought oils online. They're not the only house that does this. I can tell you that right now. A lot of these clone houses like to pretend they're in a laboratory mixing, shit together and notes and whatever, and they're not. Even a house like Dua, which actually does use a machine and actually processes it through there, Dua and Alexandria, they're the ones that would be in the lab doing that. But a lot of these other clone houses aren't doing that. This was certainly one that was mixing oils with alcohol, pre-made oils from perfumeoils.com or something like that. But that's not what bothered me, because I know clone houses do that, and that's fine. I get it. If somebody else is mixing it and making that, and that's fine. What bothered me about it, I will say this: price was super cheap, customer service was decent, shipping didn't take long. Price is the cheapest out of any of the houses in here I'm talking about today. They were so weak. I got YSL EDP. I sprayed that. I couldn't even smell it. Literally could not smell it on the paper. I sprayed it 6 times. I could smell something. Certainly didn't smell like YSL EDP. It smelled like some sort of blue fragrance. But within 30 seconds to 60 seconds, it was gone. I got Creed Viking. Sprayed that. That smelled okay. It smelled pretty good. A few minutes later, it was hard to even smell on the paper. Tried wearing some of them. Lucky if you got 20 minutes out of them. So what is the point in it being cheap if you can't even smell the scent, the fragrance? Man, they let me down. Now there are some people on the page who seem to be happy with them, and I'm glad. I'm glad that house can do some business. Hopefully, maybe they'll learn and improve. I really think it's as easy as just not diluting them so much, taking up the oil level. They say they're extraits. I can tell you right now, there is no way those are extraits. If they are, they need to go with a new oil company, because you cannot smell a damn thing. At least the offerings I got about 6 different things from them. I got a Sauvage hybrid. I think it was Elysium, listed Sauvage, Elysium and Sauvage. That one I could smell, actually. That was the best performer out of all of them. It smelled like Sauvage. I didn't really smell Elysium, but that one was okay. Like I said, the rest, man, they were, in my opinion, it was a letdown. Now I hope the house can learn from this. Hope customer feedback will, maybe help them adjust things. I would love to see them be successful. I really would. So don't get me wrong. I don't want people to spend money, make the same mistake I did. I will say, if you're interested, there are 5 mils. Just buy some 5 mils. 5 milliliter decant bottles. Their samples are super cheap, so you're not out a whole lot of money. I will say that's one thing about them. You're not out a lot of money by trying them, so maybe give them a shot. But just be careful. I wouldn't do a huge order before trying and sampling. Um, and for what it's worth, I think the owner has said that to people on his Facebook page. He's very openly said, "Hey, if you don't like something, maybe it didn't work with your skin. Don't buy more." So I can respect that. But I will say, if enough people are saying it's not performing, maybe it's not the skin. You know, I'll leave it at that. Like I said, I wish them the best of luck. I wish the company the best of luck. I would love to see Ohio-based company do very well. I really would. But it's just not doing it right now. That's again, this is just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth, what it's not worth. I don't know. Hopefully, it helps.